Well, good morning. Welcome to the Shade Tree. Welcome to Built on Faith Homestead, where we like to talk about tiny houses and gardening and animals and all that kind of stuff. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're just doing our best to try to help others, and you subscribing go a long way to helping us out, and we appreciate it. What we're doing today, we're going to sweat a lot today because it's hot. It's like August, September hot, and it's not August or September yet. But watered the garden last night, watered one end of it extremely heavy, so the ground will be loose this morning. I gotta do some weeding, it's terrible. And then we are going to do some work on the tomatoes and hopefully the cucumbers and those kinds of things. I've got some goals for today. I don't know how you guys operate. I'm sorry guys, the flies are being terrible out here. We got flies so thick, it's almost like a plague. I don't know about you guys, but I like to set goals and go and accomplish those goals. And so like goal number one is to do the weeding in the area of the garden that I want to weed today. And then goal number two, right, is to get the fence post and the stuff up that I'm going to use. And I'll show you guys that. And that's really the main point of the video today is I want to show you guys how we stake up our tomatoes and cucumbers and that kind of stuff. But I want to get our tomatoes done for sure today. And then hopefully our cucumbers as well, so they can start being trained to go up what it is that I'm going to put them on. I've done cucumbers a few different ways. There's a really pretty way that works pretty well, and then there's another way that I'm going to do today that works well that's not as pretty. But we'll show you guys that today as we do some garden work. Once again, this is all common sense stuff. It's stuff that most of the people that watch my videos probably already know. But if our videos ever grow and there's people watching these that's new to this kind of stuff, that's kind of the point of why it is we're doing what we're doing. So come along with us today. We're going to do some work out in the garden, get a little sweat in today, sweat out all of the nastiness that's in our body, because they tell me that sweating gets rid of a bunch of the toxins. I should be toxin free. I've always been big, and I've always sweated a ton whenever I'm outside. That's just how I've always been. So we'll get to work. Come along with us, and we'll see what happens today. I've already started pulling a few weeds up here by the onions. But guys, this is what happened, right? And this is not very much time of weeds going bonkers on us. And so this end of the garden, like I said, it didn't get the best of work done to it whenever I had to plant, because I just barely got it disc and dry enough to kind of plant, and the weeds have just taken over. And so this is like a week of not weeding, or 2 weeks maybe. I think it's 2 weeks of not weeding. And so when you get back after it, but starting here at the tomatoes, you can see once again still a lot of weeds, but nothing like it is at the other end, because this end I was able actually to work the soil over a lot better. And so it's a lot better, and it just gets better as you go that direction. And so we'll get to work weeding. I need to weed. I'm going to weed all the way at least to these peppers here. So this section of the garden is all going to get weeded, and then we will start to work on the bracing up the plants here. She did it again, guys. She come through again. I didn't eat no breakfast this morning, just kind of a chocolate milk and go type deal, because I was wanting to get out here and work, get some of the work done before it got too hot. Sitting underneath the shade tree, and I hear Luella holler, and I look back, and she's bringing me a lunch that my wife made for me. Always taking care of me. Once again, I appreciate it. Just got done eating the snack Melissa sent out to me. Once again, right, just watermelon and grapes. And I used to take grapes to two-a-days whenever I played football in high school. And anyhow, man, they're just really good whenever it's hot out like this. Grapes really hit the spot. So watermelons, some watermelon, some grape. There was some more lettuce on there, some of our own lettuce on there. Some more of those chia seeds, some sunflower seeds that we had bought for another deal she made. Some Snyder's pretzels, honey, mustard, and garlic. And no way am I affiliated or sponsored by them. But my mama did get me some for a She gave them to me last night and said, hey, happy Father's Day, and sent me a bag of them. I love them things, man. I like the onion and mustard ones. I like the hot wing ones. I don't even like pretzels, but I like those things. They're awful good. Man, just a good little snack out here. So thankful for a family that is willing to work together. She's inside working and going crazy, helping taking care of the kids and laundry and house cleaning and all of that stuff. I'm out here sweating, working in the garden. She would be out here with me. But it is too hot to have little Bobo out here in the sun sweating. And so she's in the house staying cool with the baby and with the other kids. And man, it is really good to be able to work together on stuff like this. I'm grateful for it. Later, we're going to fire up the smoker and we're going to have some ribs. And little grocery store here in Conway had tri-tip on sale, and we usually don't splurge on that kind of money, but they did have it on sale as a manager special, and it was cheaper than hamburger, truth be told. And so we're going to put a tri-tip on there and a little rack of ribs, and that is going to be our Father's Day celebration here at the house. And so I'm just thankful that we're able to do those kinds of things. Had a lady on Facebook comment about how pretty our home is, and right, we didn't really set out to make it what I'd call pretty. I mean, we wasn't trying to make it ugly by no means, but just something nice for us to live in. And I'm so thankful for the Lord blessing us with that tiny house, and just all the blessings today. And as I work along, I'm working in the garden. I'm just thankful how the Lord bless. Anyhow, get back to work. Break's over. Can't spend all day sitting in the shade. Won't get nothing done. So I better get back to work. But I do want to express my gratitude and thanks first and foremost to the Lord and for the people he has put around me. Anyhow, let's get back to work. I decided I needed to come take another break in the shade, because you know how sometimes when you're working hot and your brain don't work how it should, and you start kind of thinking crazy, you're doing silly stuff. It's so hot out and I was sweating so bad. For just a minute, I thought that all the food processing plants burning down in the United States this year was just a coincidence. Whew. Glad I'm taking a break. So, Luella, you want to tell us what you're snacking on while you're helping Daddy pull weeds?
This is wood sorrel, I think.
Yep.
And every time there might be like flowers that are like the yellow, and sometimes they're closed and sometimes they're open.
Yep.
And this one is closed. As you can see, maybe it's like closed.
Over the camera's on the other side. There we go, the other side of the phone.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Like closed.
Yeah.
And you see the leaves.
Yeah.
It's...
They almost look like clover, don't they?
Yeah, but you can eat the stem and the leaves.
Yeah, it's all good for you.
And the flower.
Yep.
And it's really healthy, but you can't eat too much.
No, you eat too much of it, make you sick. But a little bit's good. What's it taste like?
Tastes like wood sorrel.
Tastes like wood sorrel. Is it sweet?
It's a little sour, but it is sweet.
It's a little sour, but it's sweet too. It's really sour. So I used to call it pickle grass whenever I was a kid.
Yeah, and you didn't know it was good to eat.
I had no idea. No. Thank you for helping, babe.
I did tomato one.
You pulled weeds in the tomatoes, huh? Yep. And look at this over here. There is a garden underneath all them weeds. So it's a lot of work, but we got that weeded. Finally got everything all pulled out. I like to just leave the, right, so you pull all the weeds out, then I go down through there with the hoe and where we walk and get all those weeds out. And I just leave them lay, because in a week, this time next week, they'll be brown and probably dust, as hot as it is. But now we're gonna start on the tomato fencing. And so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of these T-posts that I've bought, drive them in the ground, and then we'll put some fencing up to give those tomatoes something to latch a hold on. And I have not noticed that till just now. We got just a little green tomato on. Well, it's definitely time to tie these guys up before we get big winds and they breaks them. So we need to get to work. I'm gonna have to go quick because my battery's about to die. But this is just what we done. T-post, some of that cheaper rabbit fencing type stuff from Tractor Supply, a little bit of twine, and voila, tomato plants tied up. I'm sure there's better ways of doing it, but I don't know one, and we've really been impressed with this. This seems to work well, And so I know people use cattle panels and all kinds of stuff. I've used cattle panels. I like this a little bit better. I left this end because this roll, I didn't quite need it all. And so rather than cutting it, I just went ahead and used, or I'm just going to leave it there because I know next year these rows are going to be wider. And so I want to leave myself a little space. But guys, that's it, man. Sweating in the heat, getting some tomato plants tied up. That's all there was to it today. Lots of weeding, lots and lots and lots and lots of weeding. Got the T-post in, got the fence put up, and got the tomato plants tied up. We're gonna call that a success. We are watering right now on the far end of the garden where we just planted them seeds to help the germination process once again. And we'll just keep watering the garden the rest of the evening, and dinner should be almost done. So I'm gonna go in and eat. Happy Father's Day to all y'all that's watching this. Please remember, there is no dad like your Heavenly Father. He is the best one, and if you don't have a relationship with him, Father's Day is a little lackluster, no matter what. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch up with you next time.